So we had the opportunity to sit down with James Fisher today. James is our lead in our Security Operations Center about PowerSchool. How did this go down yesterday?
So we were working an incident involving PowerSchool, and we started to do some open source intelligence. And what was interesting to me was numerous areas throughout the country have all reported the same breach, but it hasn't been reported on a national level. So it's been just reported at a local level, which is interesting.
Yeah, I noticed that when I was going through the intelligence briefings yesterday, which that would place this incident at January 8th, essentially, by the time that we were starting to read about it. It wasn't showing up in the normal national channels. So I wasn't seeing it from CISA, still haven't today. And I just thought it was interesting. So what are some of the things that you uncovered from an analyst perspective about PowerSchool?
Even just the date range of the compromise was interesting. I saw some different chatter through some different intelligence sources last night when I was reviewing something, whereas when I was actively looking at the incident, it was the 19th of December was the time range, and I think the earliest I've heard now is the 17th of December. And that time frame, I think, will continue to move as more information is made available. It sounds like it was an API credential compromise, and it looks like there was some access to some PII with student and teachers' social security numbers. I know personally I've been waiting to get a notification for different things that I'm involved in on the personal side that I'm aware of now from a professional side that I have not heard from. So it's been very interesting to see how different school districts are responding to this.
So I'll bring up some, just to pivot off of that a little bit, some of the things that have been brought up because some of our clients had some interaction with that product. Mm-hmm. We'll just put it that way. And some of the initial questions that we got was things like, should I declare breach? How should I respond? And that's okay, right? Those are okay questions to have because those are valid questions. But this really starts bringing to light these, not a supply chain attack, but a third-party compromise, right? So talk a little bit more about third parties. And how you should have responded.
So if you're thinking through this and you're thinking like, well, what data do I have? What are my core applications that are critical to whatever business function it is that I perform? And what data is where? And I think that's something that is going to become much more relevant with this particular instance because you have a lot of social security numbers and PII. So if you're looking through this and this isn't directly your data, it's your data, but it's not your application, right? So I think that's an internal discussion you have to have with your legal team and other members as part of your incident response. And even in this scenario, no matter what the situation is, I would activate my incident response team so that they can have those discussions and figure out how to approach this for your business.
Yeah, and one of the things too is a lot of times, well, I think all of the time in Ohio, this was a hosted product. Yep. So the school district itself didn't have PowerSchool, but their IT provider in Ohio, they're called ITCs. Your ITC was hosting it. Mm-hmm. Is that mainly how you understood it?
Yes, and what was interesting too is trying to see in the other areas throughout the U.S. if it was the same type of format, and it seems like this may have been I don't know enough about the architecture of the product, but it seems like it doesn't matter how it was hosted and where. It was at that global level or national level, I guess would be a better way to phrase it.
All right.
So,
all right. Well, thanks, James, for your insight.
No problem.